Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the LTU Sports Report Football Coaches Show. My name is Lauren Plant, and it's always great to talk to Coach Merchant after a win, but he's a stand-up guy, so not refusing to come in on this Monday. We do appreciate that because, quite frankly, there really is for this no excuse except St. Francis played good, LTU did not. If you want to keep it that simple.
Yeah, I would say I was very surprised at our performance. Mm-hmm. Felt like we had made a lot of progress the prior 2 or 3 weeks and fully expected a competitive game. And, the wheels just kind of fell off the bus, and we had an avalanche of things happen, and it got out of control and got ugly.
Yeah.
So it was a disappointing performance, and we'll have to get things turned around quickly because we start divisional play this week against Sienna Heights, and they have a good team. So we got to get some things figured out real quick. Absolutely,
and as you mentioned, we're hitting the critical point of the season. So I know we wanted to go in on much more of an upswing, but how, as from a coach's perspective, how difficult is it to get these young men to forget just what took place in order to prepare them for what will take place?
Well, it's not easy.
Yeah.
We've got some issues that we have to address on our team right now, and you want to move on, but you also, you can't wipe out exactly what happened because that's the effort you put forth.
Yeah.
So that reminder needs to be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody likes getting embarrassed like that, or they shouldn't.
Right.
So the response should be, I want to do whatever I can to make sure that doesn't happen again. Mm-hmm. Everybody says whatever, football reveals character, things like that.
Right.
When things go wrong, you find out what you're made of. So we're going to find out what kind of character we have this week, and what kind of people we have on this team, because that's an ugly loss, and you're either going to be part of the answer and the solution, or you're going to be part of the problem.
Right. It's a defining game, no question, where we're at right now at this point in the season. Can you pull out any bright spots?
Yeah, we had a couple guys who I think deserve mention.
Thank you.
I'll start with a senior, Mauricio Jenkins. Yeah, he plays tight end.
Yeah.
Senior. He's been out injured. Came back, I think prior game was his first game back. Mm-hmm. But played his tail off till the last whistle, was extremely physical. There's no letdown on his end at all. So, like I said, he's going to get more playing time. And then we had a freshman, Colin Martell out of Anchor Bay, who I moved him. He was our top freshman receiver, but we're so decimated with injuries in our secondary. I took him to Coach Nystrom on Wednesday, and we moved him to the defensive backfield. And, he played safety in high school and was a good safety. But he had been at receiver all year. They actually moved him to corner, which I don't know if he ever played corner in high school or not, but wow. He played DB. And about second series of the game, we had a guy go down injured at corner, and he went in, and after 3 days practice, they went after him the first play, and he had a PBU on the first play he was in there, and did a phenomenal job the rest of the game. So he was tremendous. I give him a ton of credit because to be a true freshman, playing a brand new position and get thrown in the fire like that against a team that throws the ball really well, he played extraordinarily well, and he deserves a ton of credit. So hats off to Colin Martell. He did a great job.
That's great. And, it's very telling when some freshmen get opportunities and they make the most of it.
Yeah.
And that is really what we want to see. It's huge for the depth chart, and good for him. Well, Sienna Heights comes to the Blue Devil Stadium this weekend. This is a team that's just 1-5. Their only victory against the newcomer of the conference, Defiance. You certainly played Marion tougher than they did. They fell 32-10 to Indiana's St. Francis, so the same team you just played. This is a game set up for LTU to bounce back. What say you?
We'll see.
Yes,
we'll see who shows up Saturday.
Yeah.
Is it the team that played last Saturday, or is it the team that played the prior 2 Saturdays?
Right.
And our guys have to kind of make that decision now.
Right. Because that's what it is, right? It's not X's and O's.
No.
It's right now. It's between the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to believe you're good enough, and you have to be able to weather storms and fight through adversity, because it's going to happen every single game. You can't let bad things turn into more bad things, right. And that's kind of been the MO of this program for a long time, and we're trying to break that. We're trying to fight that, but that's exactly what happened on Saturday. We need guys that can stop the bleeding, so to speak,
right.
when it happens, and turn things around. But Sienna has an outstanding defense, maybe the best we've seen. They're really, really physical and fast. So we're going to have our hands full on offense. And then, defensively, we've been really beat up, and we have a lot of young guys playing. So those guys are going to have to grow up fast. We turned the ball over 5 times last week, and we got 0 takeaways. That contributed to the score.
Right.
We're not going to be able to do that and be successful against Sienna. Right. So, just good, fundamentally sound football and effort and, belief, things that good teams have. Like, we're going to need a complete performance. It's going to be a tough game, but, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will see what happens. And as you said, I believe it was last week, there's no more rookies.
We're halfway through the season now, and, we've been starting 2, 3. I think we're up to maybe 4 freshmen starting on defense, and nobody's going to feel sorry for you, especially in our league. They don't care how old you are. They're not going to take it easy on you. They're not going to feel bad for you that you just got blown out. Mm-hmm. So we need to kind of pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and stick our boots in the ground and answer the call right now, and not feel sorry for ourselves.
That's it.
So
100%.
I will say one thing about this weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be our cancer awareness game. So it's a nice event that we're putting on. All of our players are going to be playing in honor of someone or in memory of someone. We will be wearing some different pink things, since October is breast cancer awareness. Right. So I think that's an important thing, that our guys understand they're playing for something bigger than themselves.
Right.
So that event will be going on this weekend, I think, with multiple sports teams here. Yeah. And we'll be honoring anybody who has either had cancer in any kind and is in remission, or passed away in their battle. So that's what we're playing for this weekend, and hopefully that knocks some sense into us and helps us realize how fortunate we are, and we go out there and play like those people battle on an everyday basis.
That's it. Play with purpose. And I think every family has a connection to cancer in some form or another. So it's great. I love that they do that in October. The high schools get very involved with that as well. Of course, here at State Champs, we've got Hungry Howie's who donates.
Does a great job.
Yeah, they do a great job. So, all right. Well, we've got a lot to play for this Saturday, including Pride. And we will see what happens here on the field. Make sure you join us. You can follow. If you can't make it to the stadium, you certainly can watch the broadcast on the LTU Athletics YouTube page. To do that, Coach Merchant, thank you so much for joining us again this week. We're going to have better things to talk about next week. I know it, and we'll get to our player conversation right now. Brandon Seaw is a graduate student here at Lawrence Tech, wide receiver, hails from Clare, Michigan. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you coming in after a tough Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we do here. And just to start things off, I always like to give a little geography lesson to those who maybe aren't as familiar with where all the towns are in Michigan. Where is Clare, Michigan?
Yeah, so Clare is a really small town. We do the Michigan thing, right? We're literally right in the middle of the state. So I know you had Nick Robinette on one time. He's a little northeast of me, so literally right in the middle by Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Yeah,
so
small town.
Yes, really small.
Yeah. Good football there.
Yeah, we got a really good traditionally program there. My head coach was Kelly Luplow there. He retired a few years after me, and now Coach Spranger's there, and they're super successful.
Yeah, absolutely, and they love it. I mean, Friday nights are big nights in Clare and in the community. And you grew up there.
Yes, born and raised there. Been there. I die for the green and white there.
One highlight, I'm sure that was fun. You caught a 70-yard touchdown on Saturday. Kind of split those linebackers, right on the fade or the slant, and was able to take it to the house. And a player's perspective, how do you assess what happened? Because things, again, early on, a little back and forth. The game seemed like either team had opportunities to score. How do you assess what happened and more importantly, make sure it doesn't happen again?
Yeah, I mean, we were right in that game, honestly, and things just kind of got carried away in the second quarter. When I scored that touchdown, it was a one-possession game. Right. Things were ready to go. We're ready to roll, right? We're back in the game, and when that situation happens, it kind of gets out of control. It's really focusing on the little things, right? Yeah. You got to have the mental toughness. If you get knocked down, you got to get back up, and I think that's super important. And I think that's some things that we got to work on as a team and individually, everybody. And for that to not happen again, it starts with practice every week, preparation, knowing what you're doing, and it's really the mental toughness part, honestly. At the end of the day, you got to have the mental toughness to be able to strive through that.
Yeah. And do you feel that this is a team that can turn the page like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've seen it throughout the years, right? We have the sparks, right? We're kind of like this right now. I think we honestly could get up to that spot where these next 5 games are super important. I think these determine for the next year too, obviously. Not the start that we wanted, but we have a great opportunity in front of us, and we're going to take that and do the best we can.
Certainly. I believe it took a while for you to get healthy. You and some of the other receivers, but you seem healthy now. As Jaden is and others. We've got a pretty good wide receiving core. Where it's at right now, and how much do you guys take pride in the fact that we're going to need you guys to get open, we're going to need you guys to catch the ball and make them fear the pass so Devon can run.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's a big thing for us. We know Vaughn can run the ball, right? But we also have guys that can make plays. So it's like every receiver we have that starts that's out there, and even our second guys that come in, we're all capable of making big plays. So we take that really personal every day, especially in practice, even just watching film, even just telling each other what we did wrong in practice, stuff like that. We really strive to be great every day, and that's one of my goals personally too, is, the little things and then competing with the guy across from us. Our goal is to beat him every play.
Right. So back in high school, you were running back, a defensive back, wide receiver, class of 2018, right?
2018. 2019, actually. 2019. I graduated in 2019.
2019, okay. But you were first team all-conference, first team all-state, Bay City Saginaw News Dream Team 2 times. Hold the record for receiving yards in a game, 276. Most interceptions in a season. Career all-purpose yards, career interceptions. These are all school records, I'm assuming. Career yards, career receptions, but also a 3-time All-Jack Pine Conference honoree at receiver, 110 receptions for 2,100 yards, 23 touchdowns. At the time, ranking among the MHSA's all top 30 in yards and TDs. The Golden Helmet, Class B Player of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fun. What was your recruiting like?
Yeah, coming from a small town, it's pretty difficult to get that traction, right? You're playing in a smaller conference, stuff like that. Honestly, Coach Nystrom, that's here, defensive coordinator, he was really the first guy that reached out to me when he was at Ferris State University, right? So I kind of had a great connection with him out of high school, and then he ended up getting a job at Northern Michigan University, and then he offered me my junior year when I was still at Clare. So my recruiting was pretty small, to be honest. I was kind of getting overlooked and stuff, and I kind of figured that would happen, but it didn't stop me from doing what I wanted to do and what I love.
Yeah, and again, say what you want, but if you're not 6'2", and 200, you are not, then I can understand how sometimes if you don't have that, they just go elsewhere, which is unfortunate. But I know that LTU has not been your only stop. You had a couple stops in college. So talk about your journey.
Yeah, so I was at Northern for 4 years. So I'm a junior on the field, so I'm actually 24 years old, so I'm an older guy. So I'm like the uncle of the team. Right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
One of them.
Yeah, right. Not the only.
But my first year I was redshirted. Second year COVID-19 happened, and GLIAC didn't have a season. Third year had a season-ending injury, and then my fourth year at Northern, I came back and actually played my first season actually there. So, and then Coach Nystrom ended up leaving. Then I went to Northwood University this last fall, and things happen, and I wasn't fitting there where I wanted to be at. And then I entered the transfer portal again, and Coach Nystrom ended up coming here and got me connected with Coach Merchant and everybody else that was here. I really felt like a family feeling and like good people here, and having an opportunity to do something and change this program around.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. And you are a graduate assistant now. You are majoring in business administration?
Yep, with concentration.
Yeah, that's what your degree is, is in
business.
And then what is it now that you want to pursue?
So I have a bachelor's in cybersecurity that I got, and right now I'm doing the MBA program here with the concentration in cybersecurity also. So
so what business then do you want to do when you finish up?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I'm open to anything. Honestly, I want to work for a bigger company with cybersecurity. That's kind of like my goal. And then potentially running my own type of cybersecurity opportunity that I'll get right after I'm done here with college.
Are you doing any internships or anything?
No, not right now. Yep, I do a lot of stuff on the side hustle stuff right now. And do that.
All right, so that's cool. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Good luck this weekend. It's there's always the opportunity to turn it around, come get back home. So it's going to be a big game this weekend. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, okay, and that is our show for this week, and hopefully we got a lot of better news to talk about next week here on the LTU Sports Report Football Coaches Show. Thanks for watching.